Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything. And today is May 5th, 2022. Happy Cinco de Mayo out there. Linda, if you're listening, happy Cinco de Mayo. It's a very powerful week we're in, right, everybody? Oh my gosh. Let me say hi to everybody. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Effie. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Marge. Hi, Esmeralda. I love that name. Hi, Elizabeth Preston. Hey, Dana. Hi, Linda. Hi, Karen Bennett. Hi, Julie West. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sue. Hi, Tracy. I am having actually a really good week, Tracy. Thanks for asking. Go figure. Hi, Steve Konecki, and I did get your book. Thank you for sending that to me. I can't wait to read it. Hi, Ann Rogers. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, my gosh. Hi, everybody. Hi, Frank. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Brenda. Well, I could just keep saying hi to everybody. Thanks, Elizabeth. I got this with James, my necklace. I got that with James in Hawaii. Well, this has been quite a week. I mean, where do we even start? This is quite a month, right? This is such a month that we're having, this month of May. And let's just start with May 11th, or May this month. May this month is an 11. And so you've always heard me talk about in numerology the master numbers, 11, 22, and 33. Well, months have a number to them as well. And May is an 11 month. So 11 actually means the teacher. So what are we going to learn this month? I suspect a lot, frankly. I suspect a lot. And I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing about, it's not funny and I probably shouldn't laugh about it, but I have to ask, what are we learning about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial? And I really think about that a lot. What are we learning about this? And I personally feel that this, he's such a famous actor. I mean, it's got all of our attention. Well, maybe not everybody's attention, but it certainly has my attention to it. But I feel that it's really here that this display that we're watching. I mean, you want to talk about airing dirty laundry? This is like the smelliest laundry ever. This is like unbelievably bad stuff. And you think to yourself, what's going on here? But I have to believe that this is happening to show everybody what not to do. This is not how we behave in a relationship. And it has to do with, a lot of things, personality disorders, drugs, alcohol, just bad behavior, trauma. Let's look at it from a trauma lens. Oh my God. I have to tell you, it's almost traumatizing for me to watch it because I keep thinking, oh, thank God I'm not the therapist of this one. And I tell you what, my mom loved to see couples in therapy. My mom loved it. I, on the other hand, couldn't stand to see couples in therapy. Honestly, I couldn't stand it. And I had I had a couple of this type before. I mean, it's a rough couple, but I've had some really rough couples. And one couple I saw, it was in LA. I'll never forget this. The woman, they were both going at each other, and I was trying to prevent them from going at each other, and it was just really god awful. And the guy got mad, and he ran out, slammed the door, and called me a bunch of names, called her a bunch of names, and ran out the door. And I had to spend the next, long period of trying to calm her down, and frankly, to be honest, calming myself down. And afterwards, I said to my mom, "That's it. I'm never going to see another couple again." And she said, my mother was a psychologist, and she said, "No, quick, get one before you lose your nerve." And I said, "Oh no, I lost my nerve. I'm never going to see another couple." And I never did. That was it. So that was for you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. And for all those mothers in heaven, happy Mother's Day. And for all the mothers and all the mothers of pets and all the mothers that have lost children and all the mothers that have passed away, I want to say really happy Mother's Day. You're all amazing. I think just the term mother, if you're a mother to a good friend, if you're a mother to a dog, if you're a mother to an animal, you're just, heroes out there. So there you go. March Webb. It's like, the movie War of the Roses. Oh, You right on. That was a scary movie, wasn't it? More the rest is, oh God. Yeah, that was kind of like that, kind of like what we're watching right now, So anyway, so let's talk about May right now, because this is an unbelievable couple of weeks that we have. I have gotten so many calls and texts and emails about what's going on, Kelly, about this period of time. Well, let's think about this for a second. We are in between two eclipses. So the first eclipse was April 30th, and the next eclipse is May 15th and 16th, depending on where you live. This is called eclipse season. So if you look at your life back 19 years, so let's go back to the year 2003. So where were you in 2003? What was going on in your life? And I can actually tell you from my own perspective, I've given this a great deal of thought in April, actually. And if you look back specifically, if you can be specific, but it doesn't have to be, but if you can be specific in April of 2003, it's pretty extraordinary. But I went back for my life and I said, what happened? Oh, yeah, in 2003, I had my brain injury in 2000. And in 2003, I remember thinking, I'm going to have to write about this, what's happening to me, because I started having all of these spiritual experiences that I couldn't explain. And I started writing them down. And I knew in my mind that I was going to write a book about what had happened to me and these experiences. But I never knew where it was going to lead me, because this was new in my journey. And I didn't have a clue when I started this spiritual journey where I was going to be and what was going to happen. I would have never believed that I'd be a psychic medium, psychotherapist, doing readings on a global scale for people. I would have never imagined it. But the reason I mention that is in the last week, I actually did finish my book. So for me, it's a huge deal. And I know exactly that 19-year experience that took me to get there. Now, where is this road leading now? I don't know, but everybody's life will change during this period. Eclipse season is 2 weeks, but the effects are 6 months and then continuing on out. So right now, these eclipses are putting us on our road. So you may feel uncomfortable. You may feel, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. But wait till you see all these things that suddenly start to happen. You might get a new job. You might have an old boyfriend return. You could have some news, exciting news, that all of a sudden you might be pregnant. I mean, it could be all kinds of things during this period of time. And in the middle of these two eclipses, Mercury goes retrograde. So I found this quote that I thought was really, really interesting about Mercury going retrograde. And the ancient astrologers, so astrology's been when Mercury was retrograde, they used to call it the underworld. I thought that was so fascinating. I have to remind myself to tell James about that on Monday, our Monday show, because they used to call it the underworld. And the reason they would call Mercury in its retrograde the underworld is because that's when the most psychic messages and psychic intuition would come up. So pay attention to your intuition right now, because it's going to be very, very high. This Mercury retrograde is on May 10th, and it's in Gemini. So Gemini is all about communications. It's about travel. It's about social. And Mercury retrogrades always bring us back to a place of to reevaluate, maybe, to reanalyze, redo, anything that has to do with revisit, anything that has to do with taking us back. It is a great time to finish a book too, by the way. But because it's in Gemini, you really want to check before you send an email. Like, oops, I didn't mean to send that one. Or you really want to watch sending texts. You really want to watch your words, things like that, because this is going to be, probably very more intense than a normal retrograde, because it's in between two eclipses. But that's not the only thing that goes on. But that's not it. That's not enough. On May 10th, also on May 10th. So we've got the Mercury retrograde. So if you're a Gemini or a Virgo, listen up to this Mercury retrograde. Not a great time to sign contracts. But I'll tell you what probably could happen to a lot of people. You may get old people come back into your life. Use this time to analyze, do I even want this old person that's returning into my life? Where's their consciousness? Where's my consciousness? Just because somebody returns to your life doesn't mean that you have to embrace them with open arms. It might mean, like, I don't know, have you changed? Have you grown? You really want to think like that, okay? So the other thing about May 10th that's important. So May 10th is a very important day. Jupiter, the largest planet, moves into Aries. It's been in Pisces, and now it's moving into Aries. And what does this mean? It's actually a huge event. And what this means is we're going to feel entrepreneurial. We're going to feel independent. We're going to feel, because Aries is independent, and Jupiter makes this energy expansive. And so there's something about this and it lasts till the end of October. The end of October till October 28th. It's kind of exciting time. It makes things motivating. So all of this between the eclipses, between this Mercury retrograde, now between Jupiter going into Aries, expect change. We're going to have change. It's inevitable during this time. I mean, there's so many more things. So, and then on the 15th, I don't want to forget this. The 15th is the blood moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Oh boy. As they say, destiny has arrived. It is a very powerful lunar eclipse, and it's going to bring up a lot of emotions. So we'll talk about this on Monday's show with James. And also, I should say on Monday's show, we're going to be talking about psychological and spiritual tools. So we're going to be giving you tools to help you get through these challenging times. These are major energy times. Big shift. Shifts like this are exciting. They can be very exciting. So just think like that. Think, we've got some exciting things happening going forward. Okay, yeah, a lot, Kathy Stone, going on. A lot going on. Oh my God. Thank you for the congratulations, Wendy, on the book. I appreciate it. I mean, now it's being edited, and then we'll go from there. But this is, it's a big, big deal for me. And anybody who's finished a book, God, I don't know how you guys do it. It's amazing. But it's fun. I'm glad. I'm so relieved, actually. So relieved. In fact, I was so shocked when I finally finished it that I was going to make myself a cocktail. I didn't even do that. That's shock. That is shock. Anyway, I'm going to start, looking around, and I'm going to read. I've got some questions here that people have asked. I'm going to answer some of these questions, and then we're going to get to some cards for everybody. And I want to try to reach as many as I can. And, Christy Oucher, she says, Kellee, it's been a horrible week. Fighting grief. Oh, honey, a stolen car. Oh, how awful. And grief and an illness. I bet your immune system probably dropped. I just need to sit and listen to you and soak up some positive energy. All right. So you know what, Christy, I'm going to get you a card. We're going to get you a card here, honey. How about a message from your guides? Okay. How about that? Let's do a message from your guides here. Because that's a hard week. Sometimes we have hard weeks. Sometimes we have really hard weeks, and you go, how could this be? And you just have to sit. I love what you said. Just sit in the stillness. I get a lot of this will pass, Christy. It's just trying to move you to probably go inward. Here, let me get you a card. Appreciate your talents. Appreciate your talents, honey. So that might be time to go inward. Just have a cup of hot tea, maybe, And I'm going to get you a message from Talking to Heaven, too, because I just feel like I have to do that right this exact moment. So let's get you a card from Talking to Heaven, too. All right, honey. Let's see. This is Talking from Heaven. Talking to Heaven. These are James's cards, which I love these cards. And the other cards I was using are messages from the guides, which I love. But let me get you a card, Talking to Heaven, okay? I just feel like I need to do that for you. Okay. I will always point you in the right direction. Okay. Just sit still. Sit in the stillness, honey. Okay. Sometimes we just all need to do that. Okay, so this is a question from I love this question from Karen Abercrombie. So Karen said, when I was a teenager, when someone close passed, when they died, I'd have an experience of seeing a ball of light, and I knew it was spirit. As I got older, I don't have these experiences anymore. Why? So let me explain something. I have heard this story from several people. My stepmother had an experience when her father died, where she was in bed. Actually, wasn't even sure he had just died, but this giant orange ball rolled towards her and almost knocked her over. She said, and she looked, and she said, "I knew it was my dad." And the ball kind of stopped, shook, and kept on going. She said, "I've never experienced that before or afterwards." And sometimes these spheres of light, that's what we see. So when you were younger, if you had that experience, or as a teenager, you may have been either less closed down or more open to it. It's a possibility. And as we get older, again, there's something about, staying very open and looking for spirit, because spirit is always there. But you may have just been in one of those places of your own growth where you were able to see this. And it might have been, as Mavis Patilla says, a droplet of God, that they wanted you to see that so you would remember that. You'd have a memory of that. And it will take you far. It'll take you far just knowing that, actually. I love that. And here's a question from Louise AB, and I wanted to answer this too. She said, "How do I reconnect with a daughter that's dealing with trauma, past, present, and fears and failure?" She said, "Your wisdom would be most appreciated." So, Louise, how to reconnect? Now, remember, we're going into this Mercury retrograde, reconnect, redo, revisit. But how do you reconnect with a daughter that's dealing with trauma and past and present? Okay. And so it's always one way, through a lot of love, a lot of compassion for whatever her emotional state is, or whatever she would have gone through. You have to step into her shoes. Forgiveness, kindness, love. Keep that door open. I tell all mothers out there and all fathers out there, and anybody that'll listen, keep that door open, because it's energetically, you need to keep the door open with a lot of love. So that's how you do it. And you start talking to the universe. I want to help my daughter. I want to be here. I want to see her, like that. Then you see all of a sudden the door kind of opens up. Okay. The door will open up. Suzanne Gabriel, I do not have a title of my book yet. You believe that? You believe that? I have titles, and not one was a go. So I just have to believe Spirit's going to bring me a title. So Robin Kane Kirby, I saw a giant ball of gold light next to my bed the night my neighbor in my hospital room died. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. So you got to see it. Droplet of God. You got to see it. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, in my stepmom's case, it was bright orange. And I have no idea. Her father was a musician. Does that have anything to do with it? I don't know. But that gold, that's amazing. Isn't the universe fascinating? We think about it. Okay, so Jeannie Abbott, she says, "Hello, Kellee. I haven't heard you say much about the war in Ukraine in a while. Do you see any good news for the Ukrainian people and their country? Do you see Putin backing down soon? Also, on your post here, someone mentioned that Putin has cancer. Do you see anything on that possibility?" I've not seen anything. I know what you're talking about. Somebody on my site did write that person had read that Putin had cancer. I don't know. I've not seen or heard that. I would think that if that was accurate, then it would be well documented everywhere. We'd be hearing about this all the time. But as far as the people go, and the country and the war, we're still so into it yet. I mean, I think August, September, October, November, very rough time for us, for Ukraine, for the world, frankly. So unfortunately, I wish I could say something better. Currently, I feel that it's still, I mean, it's so painful. Isn't it painful? It's awful, 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 awful. But June 7th is your birthday. So let me just get a card for you. Let me hold on a second. Because I mean, we can all I think about it all the time, actually. So I always send prayers for them. Oh my gosh. So June 7th, you are a 10 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds, although not an easy placement, has a blessed place. So let me get you a card from your spirit guides. Okay. Set your intentions. All right. Okay. That's for you. Set your intentions. That's a good one. Okay. So, this is a good one. 2. Oh, yeah, Rita, unfortunately, I don't have my title yet, but I will there. Rudy Perez, you deserve this. You're such a helping soul. Thank you. Thanks, Tammy Perez. I appreciate you saying that. Oh, thanks, Sue Wells. I appreciate all of that. Yeah, Joanne Wilson, we're going to be doing tools, emotional tools, spiritual, and psychological. Sherry Craft, yes, you had a hard week too. I think a lot of people had a hard week. So here's a card from the other side, Sherry. Interesting. I have no more earthly worries. I'm not sure who that's from for you, but it means it's something significant. Maybe an aunt. It's for you. Okay. So this is from Kim Shoughton. Hi, Kim. I like the way you spell your name, K-Y-M. She says, hello, Kellee. I'm new to the link. Oh, thank you. But want to understand the trajectory of our life here on Earth and how it may affect our afterlife. So you want to do the best you can here. So when we're on the other side and we do a life review, which is what we will all do, we want to say, I did this well. Yeah, I could have learned more here. I should have done this. I wish I were kinder. Or I wish I could have helped more people, or I wish I didn't hold on to that bad relationship for so long. You're going to do a life review. You're going to go through, the good, the bad, the ugly, the mention Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Again, I really have to believe that they're doing it to help the world, honestly, on some level that they signed up for. So anyway, the reason you want to do the best you can, everything that you can, is because in the afterlife, you want to be able to, have an understanding of what you've gone through, and you want to constantly raise your vibration. And the point of being on Earth, in the school, is to raise your vibration. And as they say on the other side, what is it? Or they say here, my father has many mansions. It's like, to me, it's many levels. And the heaven plane, is just one level. And then there's more levels and more levels and more levels. So you want to be able to, my thought constantly is, I want to go way high up there. That's where I'm headed. That's what I want to do. So that's what I want to do. So I hope that answers your question. So Sammy Bissig, I'm gonna read this. She said, I always ask about my heavenly daughter and you never acknowledge me. Oh, I'm sorry, honey, that I haven't acknowledged you. I get so many people, I didn't see it. But let me get you a card for your beloved daughter, okay? Let me get you a card. And I have chills as I say this, so hold on a second. Let me get you a card. Sammy, this is for you. This is from your daughter. I don't know why, but I want to say the number 3 is important to your daughter. I have no idea why I want to say this. Oh, golly. She says, I am standing right next to you, Mom. And then I heard this. It's something about flowers, planting flowers. I don't know if you just planted flowers for her, but she thanks you for the flowers. Flowers. Thank you for this. Okay? She's right there with you, honey. Okay? It's not easy losing a child. It's so hard. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Kellee. This is from Conch. Where did I go? I just disappeared. October 14th. So October 14 is an 8 of clubs. So 8 of clubs is somebody who's got a mind, is always active. Sometimes a little neurotic active, a lot of activity in a brain. They make great writers, great nurses, great psychics, great doctors. extremely intuitive, extremely intuitive. So I am going to get you a card from your guides. Okay. Let's do a card from your guides. I don't know what this means to you, but this is what I get from your guides. Understand your body. So perhaps that means take care of your body, understand how it works. Hopefully you'll understand this message. Understand your body. There you go, honey. Okay, hopefully that will help. So let's see. Sue Clifford, my father crossed over last month. My family was thrown right into a new diagnosis of vascular dementia and breast cancer. I'm out of town and having my 6-year birthday on 6/30. No time to grieve. Any guidance? How? Wow. I'm so sorry. Your family was thrown right into a new diagnosis. I'm so sorry. So that's, I was one, I guess this period of time, this energy we're in is all about quick change. A lot of quick change on that. And I think it's going to deepen the whole family, actually. No time to grieve. I understand that, honey. And you are June 30th, and you're King of Hearts, which is such a huge heart. And the father passing is such an important piece here with this. I have chills. I know he's around. So I'm going to get you a card, honey. Whoops. And it says, if I had only known then what I know now, I would have lived differently. I'm assuming he did not know that this was going to happen. Okay. So live your life. You live your life. And I know that's a tough one. This Earth School is so not easy. Hi, Susie Wright. Hi, Kelly. Since my Tyler passed, my daughter says things keep disappearing around the house and they pop up in strange places. Oh, that's very, very true. Also, random items keep appearing that remind her of him. Oh, how wonderful. He also sent white feathers to us both. Is this his way of trying to get our attention? Oh, you betcha, sister. Or is he just letting us know he is around us? Oh my gosh, Tyler. Well, let me get you a card from Tyler. He's active. I had a wonderful session with a woman today whose husband, who's passed, was bringing things to the family, and all of a sudden it would just be boom. It would show up. I think earbuds was one of them. They just showed up in the middle of a rug, and I just think that's so great that he's doing that. So Tyler just wants you to know. He says, life is a series of choices. Choose love, because I know he is all love. I would say this, Susie, look for hearts. Look for hearts from him. Okay? Tell his mother how much he loves her. Okay? I just have such chills around that one. What a special angel. Really, what a special angel here. Okay, Teresa Miller, much turmoil in my life, but I'm holding on. May I please have a card for May 1st? Yes, so May 1st is a 5 of spades. So let's talk about that for a minute. 5 of spades, and your birthday is May 1st. I bet you're in a lot of turmoil. You're right between these two eclipses. Plus you're a 5 of spades. 5 of spades means almost dramatic change. Change. Any which way you look, 5 of spades is all about learning from different perspectives. So Teresa, if you can use this lens, kind of change your lens from I'm in so much turmoil to wow, look at it from different angles, and you will get a lot of information, honey. If you do that, you'll get a lot of information. And we're going to see this with a lot of people. If your birth date is between April 30th and May 15th, 16th, May 20th even, a lot of change is going to happen. But take out the word turmoil, okay? And instead put, whoa, this is an exciting time. So let's get a message from an angel from you. Remember who you are. This is from Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So remember that, okay? Just remember that. You are loved. This doesn't get any better than that. Okay. Oh, and everybody, thank you, Fernay, for reminding me. Prajna Avalon and we have an upcoming event, and the first one is June 10th. And it is about, if you've ever thought of Atlantis or Lemuria, you really would want to consider taking our class. It's a 3-part class. The first one is June 10th, and it's going to be really, or June 11th. Thank you. It's going to be so incredible because we're going to be working with and talking about Atlantis and Lemuria, the lost civilizations. And you know how I do the destiny cards? The destiny cards, the claim is that they come from Atlantis and Lemuria. So they go so far back, which really makes sense to me, because when I had my brain injury after that, my guides said to me, we're going to send you something to work with that's going to help you immediately with people. I didn't know what they were talking about because as a medium, as a psychic, I didn't have any idea. And then next thing I know, these cards appeared. So I know that there's something really special about them. And so anyway, please join us because we're going to be doing Prasha's going to do an incredible meditation. We're going to look at the gifts that come from Atlantis and Lemuria, and that's in part 1. And the second part is, using or developing these gifts, and the third part is going to be taking these gifts out in the world. So please join us because it's going to be really, really amazing. If you're an empath, or if you're a medium or a psychic or a healer, or just had these visions or just curious about Atlantis, the lost civilization, or Lemuria, please join us. Okay. So, Rudy Perez says, my son tells me he dreams of my son that passed all the time. Then the other day he said he had a white-like mist, smoke swirl around his hand. What could that be? That would be his brother. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, honey. That was absolutely. Wow. That'll be amazing. Okay. So there's so many other good questions here. Hold on a second. I wanted to get this. There was one question I thought that was so fascinating, which I just loved. I have to find this question. Okay. It was about, oh God, hold on just a second. Okay, for some reason, this question cracked me up. This is from Lori Hamilton McDonald, okay? She said, some people smell funny to me. A pungent, musky smell that takes my breath away. I never noticed it until I worked in retail. Is something wrong with me? Well, honey, you're HSP. Welcome to the club. HSP means highly sensitive person. And that is just funny. I mean, it could be, like that's one of the clairs that opens up, the smelling opens up. And some mediums actually will say, I just smelled this or I just smelled that. I've had that on occasion. And it's not my strongest clair, but I have had that on occasion. It is very interesting, though. It's so funny to me. Some people smell funny to me. Oh, I hear you. And sometimes they just do, don't they? Okay, Suzanne Gabriel, she says, I hope you'll be able to give me some insight about my ongoing hair loss. It's very upsetting. Thanks, Kellee. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that, Suzanne, but I will say this, that I have heard this from so many clients and so many people that I know, that there's something about this time period. Maybe it's the stress of it. I don't know. Did you have COVID? I don't know if it's any of the above things, but let me get you a card from the angels. Okay. Let me get you a card from your guides. This makes sense. Trust your intuition. So with hair loss, trust your intuition. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ravin Robinson Barco would love a card on whether to pursue a product design if time allows. Well, I always think it's a great time to pursue product design. So let's get one from your guides here. Okay. Abundance is your right. There you go. Go for it. This is a great time. I'm going to tell you what, if you are dreaming, this is a time that you can make your dreams come true. It's a time that the universe might kind of swish you over here and pop you over here so your dreams can activate and they can come true. So I think it's a Oh, in fact, here's a good question. And this is from Cynthia Art Page. She said, I always loved innovation and I loved discovery as a kid. She said, I'm wanting to express myself more this way through my career and giving myself a salary amount that is better than what I previously accepted. How do I connect more fully into dreaming my biggest dream and feeling confident and powerful that this event has already vibrationally happened? So, and you are May 16th, which is a three of diamonds. They can have the most creative ability and they have a negative thought pattern. So, first, Cynthia, get rid of the negativity. Get rid of that negativity. That's what you've got to overcome in this life. Okay. The second thing is how things start is you dream about it first, you visualize it, and then the universe goes, oh, here we go. Shh, like this. So dream big. Also, because your birthday is May 16th, it is on that solar eclipse, which on the lunar eclipse. That lunar eclipse is karma. It means karmic pattern. It means putting you in the direction of something. Karma is neither good or bad. It is just something that would be a destiny point for you. It's destiny point. And it can be outrageously amazing. So think like that. Okay. So this is for Wendy Wallach. She says, January 20th, I would so love a reading, Kelly. Okay, Wendy, this is from your guides, Wendy. Here we go. Take responsibility for your actions. Okay, and you are January 20th. And let me just say something about January 20th, okay? Hold on a second. 7 of diamonds. So you can actually do a lot, Wendy. 7 of diamonds is usually can be very fortunate. They also, like all sevens, have to overcome negativity. That's the thing. You just have to overcome negativity. Okay. So Jennifer Pedke, she says, this cat showed up soon after I spread my mom's ashes, and that was a few years after she passed. This cat seems to be regal and knowing. Yes, I adopted this stray. He is gray, and I named him Ash. Is this a sign from my mom? I would say yes, and let's get you a card from the other side cards. Hold on. There is no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. Now I know that David, you and I talked about this. So if you're listening, David V, we talked about this. There is no time time is only on the earth. So I believe your mom sent you that cat. I do. Absolutely sent you that cat. Moms are hilarious. They can do all kinds of things, especially over there. Kathy Cade. Hi, Kelly. Entranced with Atlantis and Lemuria. Oh, good. Strong dreams of living in the water, surrounded with gem crystal homes. Hesitate to take the class during this grieving moment. Oh, Kathy, I think it would really help you because we're going to be doing a lot of there's going to be guided meditations that are going to be incredible. And I understand the grieving moment. I understand that so well. I also am a grief counselor. I mean, I do a lot of this work, so I understand that. And they're not mutually exclusive. You can have the grief and still take a class if it's something interesting to you. And if not, I totally understand. Okay. But interesting that you've had that feeling. Interesting. So let's see. Is the book channeled, Kelly? No, the book that I wrote, no, it's not channeled. I mean, it's my story of what happened. Yeah, I'll probably hear the title in my dreams every night. Every night I say, all right, please give me a title. Sometimes I wake up with something and I write it down and it's just not that, doesn't work. Oh my God. All right. So Catherine Phillips Brown, she says, Kelly, I'm very worried about my husband. He's supposed to have surgery at the end of the month, but he's in a lot of pain. He's going for testing tomorrow. I sense this isn't good. I do communicate with my spirit guide, but my brain is so busy, I cannot feel my guide. Do you have any advice for me to keep my vibration high so I can hear messages better? I would say sit. It's okay. Worry takes away everything. When you worry, you're not in the present moment. You're actually in the future because you're not in the present moment. If you can sit in the present moment and just take deep breaths and meditate, your husband's surgery is going to go really well. and it's going to be good. And I'm going to get you a card, okay, let's get it from your guides. Let's get a message from your guides here. And your guides have a good sense of humor. Ask for guidance. Duh. Ask for guidance, okay? And then be very still. And if you can't hear them, it's okay. Just know that they're there listening. They're making things happen. Okay? They know what you're here for better than you. Hi, Kelsey Watson. Hi, Kellee. I would love some guidance. I'm feeling lost. So your birthday is August 6th. Well, you've come to the right place here. So let's see. August 6th. August 6th is another 7 of diamonds. Okay, so 7 of diamonds often can take on it's such a spiritual card, but sometimes they take on this negativity, and so you have to watch this. But let me get you a card here too, and let me say this about 7 of diamonds. You always have to take a spiritual approach. So if you can change the mindset to, whoa, here I am on earth. I'm having these moments. And if you can kind of pull yourself out of your way, as my sister used to say, get your head out of your ass. If you can do this, you're going to be okay. You're going to pull yourself up. But we're going to get you a guide from your guides. Okay, Kelsey? Okay, and boys, it's true. Like attracts like. So be positive. So you are attracting like as opposed to the opposite. Okay, that is so true. This is actually a homeopathic remedies are about like attracts like. It's the same thing. So, you know what? I don't know why I just feel like I want to say this to you too. Please start meditating. It's going to change your brainwaves. I really feel like I want to say this to you. Okay. Lisa Brommer, what card represents 625? Okay, good question, Lisa. I'm going to tell you. So June 25th is a 5 of clubs. I love 5 of clubs. 5 of clubs is here for the truth. They want to speak their truth. They love freedom above anything else. They don't like to get trapped. Relationships, they want to be free. They want to be able to explore things in their own way, of their own truth. They're very, very psychic. So you're here to speak up. I would always watch the fifth chakra, because it's about throat chakra. It's about speaking up. And let me get you a card from the wisdom of your guides. Here we go. Your beliefs are right for you. Thank you, guides. Because whatever your belief is, that is your life for a 5 of clubs. You know, it's here to believe and speak their beliefs. So good timing on that card. Thank you, guides. And your guides have a good sense of humor. Okay, Risa Smalling Franco. Your birthday is 8/3. My nephew died 3 years ago. And I'm sorry, honey. And 3 days later, I had a brain bleed. Wow. And I lived. Miracle and end of a lifetime of migraines. What do you think this happened to my nephew and I at the same time? He died and I lived. Wow, such a great question, honey. First of all, I have chills just even hearing about this because your nephew has something to do with helping you. It's interesting that he passed, and 3 days later, you had a brain bleed, and the miracle was it ended the whole lifetime of migraines. And that's how often spirit will work. You probably had to have that brain bleed. The healers on the other side knew what you needed in order to stop the migraines. I don't believe in coincidences, and that 3 days later, it must have been just an energetic pull that, for something like this, it would have been in a contract, in a sacred contract, a fated event. And you hear me talk about sacred contracts a lot, or a fated event, where it was his time to pass, and maybe that stress of that helped with the brain bleed that you did live, because that wasn't in your contract to pass, but it was in your contract to end the lifetime of migraines. Okay, let me get you a card from your other side, from your nephew. Okay. I love this. As a soul, he says, I can be in several places at once, and he comes in as a unicorn. Okay. So think of him fondly, because I know he sends a lot of love to you. That's such a wild story. Ann Rogers. Hi, Ann. She said, I lost my mom. Oh, I'm so sorry. My oldest brother, and then the second oldest brother, all who died in my mom's house. The second oldest died in her home in a fire that completely destroyed the house. Well, I don't even know what to say. That's a lot. Oh my God, Ann, you lost your mom, your oldest brother, then your second oldest brother. They all died in her house, and then the fire destroyed the house. That's some energy in that house. Wow, that's a lot. Let me get you a card, honey. That's some sort of a karmic, massive karmic event here. That's something where I'd like to sit with you and just kind of analyze the whole story because it's such a big story there. God, wow. Okay. Well, it is beautiful where they are. Okay. Know that you have all kinds of guides around you watching out for you, honey. What a story. Okay. Okay. Robin Kane Kirby. Time is an illusion. Yes. How would we measure time if we were out in space, since we measure it by the rotation of Earth? Oh, it's such a great question. I don't have an answer to that. There would be no such. If you're talking about out in space in general or out on the other side, so out in space in general, I wouldn't have a clue because ultimately, when we leave, well, we would come back here if we were like an astronaut or we're out in space, we'd come back here. So then time would have to be accounted for again. But on the other side, there is no time. Okay, Lori Kimmel, your daughter's struggling, and her birthday is 4/27/05. So 4/27 is a 7 of clubs. That's kind of what I figured. The thing about a 7 of clubs is they struggle with, again, a 7. Negativity, sometimes drugs, alcohol, any of that, depression, anxiety. So here's what I would suggest. I would suggest for your daughter struggling, Lori, to get her into somatic experience therapy. She's, she was born in 05. So, okay, so that makes her, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. I would get her into somatic experience, and you can go to traumahealing.org. Traumahealing.org. That's exactly what I would do. Okay. Suzanne Gabriel, do I have to wake up early every day to write your book for several hours? Did I? No, I'll tell you what I did, because my morning is so busy. I'm a morning person, and my mornings all involve meditation, my dogs, and not in that order. It's actually my dogs and then meditation and then working out and then coffee and breakfast with my husband. And then I start my day. So I couldn't write then, which most people would say, did you write then? No, I'll tell you when I would write, and I still love to do this, is on the weekends. And that's why I had to eventually take Saturdays off, because I was writing. I had to write, and I would take days off to do it, because when I write, I kind of get all in. It's like such a visceral thing for me. It all just comes through. But some people can write at night. Some people write in the morning. I love the morning, but I have too many things to do. Hi, Renee Hounsel. Odd question. Would Mercury retrograde be a powerful time to do an ancestral healing because of the retro energy? Yes. Would it help us to reach further back? It can help us to reach further back. Absolutely. Sometimes maybe you just got stuck in the last lifetime, but it could be an ancestral thing that you need to work with. Carrie Gonia is great with working with ancestral healing as well. She does family constellation therapy, which is, they believe you carry 13 generations behind and 13 going forward. But yeah, anytime with Mercury retrograde, it's a great time to reinvestigate or relearn or go back in time for healing. And by the way, these eclipses in the middle of this crazy ass energy, it's great for healing. It's great for healing, even if you just have to sit down and unplug and say, all right, I give up. This is ridiculous. This is enough. And I do want to mention too about Naomi Judd, because that just was heartbreaking for me. Just heartbreaking. I did not know her, but it was just heartbreaking. And I want to say this, even though it's so interesting, because for suicide, and apparently it was suicide, usually the thing you check for is, do they have future plans? And she had a future plan. Shoot, the next day she was going to be receiving an award. And then she was going to go on in 3 weeks, she was going to go on tour. But I also know that that would have brought up so much stress for her. And she had so many traumas. And even though she had probably incredible therapists around her and incredible access to medication and everything, I think I'm going to guess, and I don't know, that the stress around all of it was just too much for her. And with these energies, these planetary energies, it just broke my heart for her, for the family. Hi, Steve Kanicki. I heard there are some people that can't see in their mind's eye or hear music in their head. Really? That's interesting. Then I asked around, and sure enough, some people can't. I wonder if this is due to a blocked chakra or something else. For sure. Steve, that's such an interesting question. I never even realized that they can't hear music in their head or see it in their mind's eye. That's fascinating to me. I never heard that before, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it would be, to me, it's something blocked. Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Karen Clothier, I found out my cousin's son died almost a year ago. I was never told, and I cut his hair for 15 years. Oh, and you were never told? And was close to him and his brother and sister. I was very sad. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then he showed up here in spirit. I asked my sister what I should do, and she said nothing. They don't want to hear from him. I had to tell him. I have chills. I couldn't help him, which was very difficult, but I apologized to him and told him that I loved him and I was so sorry. Boy, families, right? Ridiculous. Oh, Karen, what a story. Let me get you. I have chills about him. I think you just helped him just by telling him that, honey. Here you go. I send you loving signs through nature. Pay attention to nature. Karen, you did a really good thing there. Okay? Isn't that interesting? Oh, hi, Dee Basani. Happy Mother's Day, Kelly, and everyone here from Australia. Yay. February 14th, which is a 7 of diamonds. February 14th. February 14th, I'm sorry, is a Jack of diamonds. So Jack of diamonds are, in fact, the United States is a Jack of diamonds, July 4th. Jack of diamonds is they pop up out. They have energy for the whole lifetime. Youthful for a lifetime. I mean, lots of energy. Sometimes you have to watch. Jack of diamonds also can have some mood swings. You want to watch if you get depressed. You want to keep your energy up and even. Great in sales and great for success and extremely intuitive. Okay? Oh, I like that, Marge Weber. I like the title, When I Awoke. I like that. Dorothy Martin. Hello, my name is Dorothy Martin, and my husband died 4 months ago. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dorothy. Can you please tell me if he has a message for me? Thank you. He definitely has a message to you. He says something about making a toast to him. He says, make sure you do. Making me a toast, making me a toast, making me a toast. He's doing this. He's toasting. It's a thing about pointing up, too. So let me get you. Ooh, I have chills. He's definitely around, Dorothy. Here he says, oh, here you go. I am just a thought away, dear. Not to worry. Okay. And it looks, I feel like he's with an animal on that side. I know there's a picture here, but I really feel like he's with the dog, making a toast to him, honey. Okay. Pam Orsini, is your dad around you? Yes, he is. And August 31st is my mother's birthday. 8 of Hearts. Really, really wonderful, emotional, able to connect in a powerful way. So let's get a card from your dad. Oh, he says to tell you, I am in no more pain. So don't worry about me. I am good. I'm not in any pain. I love those flowers too. I love those flowers. Peggy Mitchell, I've seen my spirit guide during a surgery. Okay, that's amazing, Peggy. He told me I was a writer, but I just can't find anything to write about. Okay, that's amazing. I had something similar happen to me in a surgery. So that's really interesting here. And again, spirit guides, if you're in surgery, you will get messages from loved ones. You'll see loved ones, guides. So if you can't find anything to write about, let's get you a message here. You got a funny guide. I'll say this. He says, let go of your ego. Here you go. Don't worry about what others think. Just let it go. This is such a creative, energetic time for people right now. Just start, just think of something. Okay, Cynthia Lou, may I ask if there's a message for me? So May 16th, here's my personal message for you. Your birthday's on the eclipse. So really be thinking, Cynthia, your 3 of diamonds. What do you want to do in your life now? Because that road on your birth date opens up like whoop. There we go. So I want you to think about it. Let me get you also a message from the guides here. Everyone has value, and that includes you, Cynthia Lou. Okay? So this is going to be an extraordinary time for you with that birthday on that. Sue Wells, thank you, Earth Angel Kellee White, for doing this. You're so welcome. It helps us to know that you care enough to give your free time. Oh, that's so sweet. Sue, let me get you a card from the angels here. Okay. Ooh, now, I don't know what this represents, but I know what it is, but indigo and crystal children. So this is from Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So Sue, there you go. One day I'll do another show on indigo and crystal children, but they're really special beings, and they are these souls that are coming in left and right now. So it's really going to be an important things. Kitty Cat, that's a great name. Thanks for all you do. I'm worried about my dad's health. Any thoughts? So you know what? Let me get a card from the angels here. Nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. So nurture yourself, Kitty Cat, and nurture your dad. Okay. As far as your dad's health, I think that there'll be a lot of changes for people right now, but I don't get that he's going to pass. Okay. I just feel that everybody's here to learn at different stages in your life. And sometimes an illness comes in to help us learn. That's all. My daughter's first communion is this Saturday, Sylvia Santa Cruz. How exciting. And her birthday is 4/11. So April 11th is a 10 of diamonds. That means she is blessed. Sylvia, she's blessed, honey. That's amazing. And she's having her first communion. It's a big deal between these eclipses. Ooh, that's exciting. I think that is wonderful. Steve Kanicki, kindlepreneur.com. Ooh, I'll remember that. Kindlepreneur has some wonderful tips and tools for naming a book along with helpful marketing ideas. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I know James is working on the title, so that's good too. That's good to know. Carissa Carrington, hi Kellee, my sister Jennifer landed a new job today. Great. She's been with her company for 20 years and has mixed feelings about leaving. She's not good with change. Do you feel this is the right time for her to move on? Her birthday is 4/24. Okay, so April 24th is a 10 of clubs. And the thing with the 10 of clubs is they always worry. They always worry. They have a brain that has a brain that has a brain that is already worried. Tell her this is going to be the best thing ever because she's taking this in the middle of these eclipses. Best thing ever. 20 years, it's time to make a change. It's time. And she's going to do great. Okay? So don't worry about a thing. Well, everybody, please join us Monday. Join James and me. We're going to be doing spiritual and psychological tools, which is going to be a great show Monday night. And please join Prajna and me again for the Lemuria Atlantis webinar. On the first one is June 11th. And if you can't be there in person, we will record it and send it to you. So we've got 3 parts. Please join us. And I'll see everybody next week, and I'll see you Monday. So please join us Monday. We'll talk more astrology and everything with James. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.